Log into gyroscopeme.com, the hottest online radio station in the world. GS Radio all day, all night, worldwide. Powered by Gyroscope Media Group, LLC.
GS Radio, the best internet radio station worldwide. Providing the best in music and talk shows. Go to www.gsradionj.com and check out the best internet station in the world. You're listening to GS Radio Internet Radio Station powered by GMG LLC.
In the beginning there was Jack, and Jack had a groove. And after a while, a deep sleep fell upon him, and he went looking for a new groove. He began looking for a new nation, and it had to be a soulful nation. And he found it, and it was Soulful House Nation. And he saw a building. It was a tall building. It had 10 stories, and he entered the building and got on the elevator and pushed the 10th floor, but it stopped on the 8th floor. And that's where he found his new groove. And he began to jack and jack and jack and jack. And he knew that this was it. It was Soulful House Nation on the 8th floor. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Thanks for joining us today. As usual, we're going to do, last week our special guest was Kevin McAllister, DJ Kevin McAllister. Go back and check that out. Then, next, we'll play the hottest song according to Track Source, which is the same as last week. Ralph Rosario and Eric Cuppers called Take Me Up. We'll talk about a few things that are happening this week. And we'll play an old school track, and then we're going to interview with our DJ BOOKEEM. So, Chuck, before we get started, I just want to give a big shout out to King T Finesse and Aria Shante for a theme song, and just a shout out to the late great Chuck Roberts, who did our vocal intro. So, as usual, we're going to be on Facebook, YouTube, X, Vimeo, the website, and and a few after that. So we're gonna play the number one song on Track Source. Go play a little snippet. 'Cause, Facebook is this nasty little habit of shutting us down. You need to sing out. So Chuck, let me hear it. It's by Ralph Rosario. Okay. All right. So for some reason or other, we're having a challenge with the file. So we're gonna keep it moving. We'll keep it moving. All right. So let me just give you a quick update of some things that were going on. Just want to. Our special guest, is DJ BOOKEEM. And next week, our special guest is Ian Friday. You know him from My Weaknesses and many other songs. Then what's going to happen? My special co-host today is going to be Lorena. So we're going to do that. And then, so let's do this. Let's see if we can get this other one to play. It's I Hear Music in the Street, and it's the old school track for the day. So, Chuck, let's see if you can get anything done with that. Let me know. And the answer is someone with a drum roll. All right, in the meantime, too, just want to give a big shout out to Antoine Qua. I had a chance to go out there on Friday, and I got to tell you something. Friday was So, that was Louis Vega's version of Unlimited Touch, I Hear Music in the Street, and you can check us in a number of places. Now we're gonna proceed forward with our interview, which is pre-recorded with DJ BOOKEEM. So, Chuck, we are up and running.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, I am DJ Dan, Soulful House Nation. I'm coming to you live from the 8th floor. I am the unusual suspect. This is Soulful House Nation, and I have here, of course, my co-host, Lorena. Lorena, say hello. Oh,
hello.
Okay, all right. So, anyway, the nails alone. Our special guest today is DJ BOOKEEM. We're super excited to have you here. And I've known about you for quite some time. And I saw you rock in person down at the pot shots, is it? I messed it up.
When you talking about big shots.
Big shots.
Big shots.
Pop shots.
Shots?
I knew I had one part of it right, but the cigar lounge. But he was doing his thing. So you're gonna start off with the easy stuff. Tell us a little bit about you and your background, where you're from, that kind of stuff like that. Yeah.
All right. You already know DJ BOOKEEM, the Classic King from Jersey. Been DJing for about 25 years. And I'm all over. I'm a little bit of everywhere. I like playing the classics. I play everything though, but the classics is my thing. That's where the Classic King came from. from just the rocking parties, just playing classics, and that was the name.
Okay. You know, now, where are you from originally?
Plainfield, Jersey.
Oh, Plainfield. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you know.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, how did you get started with music?
Well, I always was into music from my dad. My mom and my dad, from just, you know, growing up, black household, they, you know, they play music on the weekend. When they cleaning up, watching Soul Train, all of that. And, you know, they had the big stereo, you know, that they turned into furniture.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I used to just, you know, from watching like DJs back in the day, DJs, and I used to get on there and just try to scratch and all of that. But I was just always into music because that's all they did was just play music. So I was just like, you know, it just happened like that. I was just adapted to it from them playing it. And like I said, I go to sleep, they playing it, I wake up, they playing music.
Okay. Well, when you said those big things like that, then you probably, now I only know from research, I'm certainly not old enough to have remembered this, but they had the television, I'm sorry, I remember doing some research and saw the televisions with the stereos and all that stuff connected, the big front thing, remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. That reminded me of that. Excuse me, that reminded me of that research.
Yeah. See, I go back, that the stereo they had the 8-track in it.
Oh yeah,
I don't know, babe, but I know what the 8-track says. They had the 8-track.
My grandfather did, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, and the record player and all.
Yeah,
and the radio.
I don't know if you can see the albums in the back, but most of them was all my parents, their albums, because my dad bought records every week. He went to the record store and he came home with a stack of records. So and when I started DJing, he gave me his whole collection.
Oh, wow. So you really won on that.
Yeah.
Now, how about, I know you mentioned your parents. How about any influences outside of your family?
Well, outside of my mom and dad, or, I mean, like my whole family, like my uncles and they used to, and they still do, they used to have the guitars. They used to play the guitars in the kitchen with the amp on the floor. So, you know, they had a little band thing. So, you know, like when my mom and dad used to go out, they used to drop us off, me and my brother, and my uncles be in the kitchen and they be with the guitars and stuff, you know, playing in there. So I was just always around music.
Okay. How about any radio commercial influences?
Oh yeah, of course. Like Red Alert.
Okay.
You know, big influence. Because as I was growing up, I used to tape Red Alert from the radio. See, back then I'm gonna take you back. Back then, it was before you could record off the box. How we recorded, you had a tape recorder and you had to put it next to the radio. You had a tape recorder with no radio on it. It's just a tape recorder. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And you had to put that. See, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Slipped up.
Research.
It ain't no research. You was there.
I was there too. I was there.
Yeah, you had to, and that's how you record it.
Right.
You know? So, and then they came out with the boom boxes that had the tape and the radio, and you ain't had to do that no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, straight. You know, shout out to Red Alert. Of course, Chuck Chill Out.
Right.
Chuck Chill Out and Grandmaster Flash.
Sure. Sure.
Yes.
All right, you didn't miss yet. All right now.
Yeah.
Now, I have a couple more questions, and I'm going to turn it over to Lorena. Now, how did you get into house music as part of your DJ programming? How did that happen?
Well,
Slide it in there.
well, see, what'd you say?
Had you slide it in there?
Oh, well, I was into. See, I didn't even know it was house music back then. I was just always into music. It wasn't I didn't have a specialty for listening, and I was just into all types of music. But I could take it back to when the house music was like Lisa and the Colt Jam, Shannon. I think it was like that crossover before house really got big. You know, I was listening to that 92 KTU when they, you know what I'm saying? When they was playing Shannon,
right.
Like I said, Lisa. It was like that. It was like the crossover, you know, and then Marshall Jefferson. That's when I first was really into house music. Marshall Jefferson, Gotta Have House.
Yeah, okay. Well done.
You know what I'm saying? When I always play that song at parties, I always say this is when I first started listening to house music. You know, I know house music go a long way, you know, but that's when I first started listening to it. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, like the classic stuff.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, last week we interviewed Curtis McLean. Curtis McLean is the one who actually sang. And Marshall Jefferson, I'm going to say Marshall Jefferson was the writer and his name was on the front, but Curtis McLean actually sung it. And we just interviewed him. And it's funny.
Yeah, but when you look that up, it doesn't, I mean, like if you, on YouTube, it comes up as Marshall Jefferson as the artist.
Absolutely. And there's a reason for that. And we had a whole show last week.
Yeah.
I got a whole earful about that one. And I said it with respect. But
you just told me something new.
Yeah. Lorena, why don't you jump in for a hot minute? We can't see you.
Okay, Poppy. Okay.
Okay.
So, BOOKEEM, this is my first time meeting you.
We can't see you.
Why?
Because your video is not on.
I don't know what happened. Hold on. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay, no problem.
What happened?
I don't know, but you keep going.
Okay, so this is the first time I've heard of you. I'm glad to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. I'd like to know, when did this really hit you that you were a real DJ? When did it hit you that you were a real DJ and that people wanted to come out and hear you?
When I say it was around 99. 99 when I got some equipment. The story goes back, but I'm gonna give you the short version. When I bought my equipment and I started doing family functions, I did my aunt's wedding reception, you know, and then when I did that, everybody was like, "Oh man, like you rocked out." I didn't, you know, I bought my equipment and I used all my records that's, you know, in the back that my mom and dad gave me. So I rocked it with that. And then like the family was impressed and they was just like, you know, you should get some cards and start, you know, doing gigs, doing parties. So I think somebody that was there heard me and they booked me. And then I started doing like local, you know, lounges and that was it. It just started building. So I was like, okay, let me, I got something, you know? So, I stayed in when I first got my equipment though, I didn't know how to mix. I didn't know how to do nothing. I got it and I stayed in my basement, for the whole season, winter season. And I just was practicing and I used to just watch videos and I used to go to parties and just watch and just sit there and stare at the DJ, you know, and I used to listen. I still was listening to Red. I used to listen to him and I used to listen to him and I used to run downstairs in the basement and try to mimic what he did. You know what I'm saying? So, and I just stayed him and I just practiced and I just practiced and And yeah, that's when I was like, okay. Then I started, before I got my equipment, I already knew that's what I wanted to do. So like I said, when I started getting them gigs in, I was like, I got some. And I just, that's when I already knew. Before my first gig, I knew I told myself, I said, I'm gonna be good at this because I love music. So I believed in myself before. You know what I'm saying? You gotta believe in yourself first. Yeah. Yes, so I always believed in myself. I didn't know how far it was gonna go, but I believed in myself, and I knew I was like, I'm gonna get somewhere with this. You know what I'm saying? But I never looked at it like I'm gonna be on the radio. I never looked at it, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, yo, I'm gonna be a good DJ. You know what I'm saying?
And you are a good DJ.
Say that again.
I said you are a good DJ.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So here's my other question. Who have you played with, and who would you like to play with?
Shit, I played with a bunch of people. I played
a few, and let us know.
Like I said, the person, Red Alert. You know what I'm saying? Chuck Chill Out. I worked with Isaac Hayes before he died in the park. I did the park Rhythm and Blues every year in the park. From just Rob Bass, of course Naughty. Who else? DJ Enough. Who else? You talk about DJs or just
artists, producers.
Who else? It's a lot. Who else I work with? Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. That's just
We'll go with that.
Yeah. Oh, you said who would I like to work with?
Yes. Or play with, or DJ with.
I like to work with a DJ with Grandmaster Flash because, like I said, I'm taking it back from the people that that inspired me. So, and he's an old school legend. And I work with I can't think of his name right now. He the one I should Grand Wizard Theodore.
Okay.
Grand Wizard Theodore invented scratching.
Yes.
Well, they said it was a toss-up between him and Grandmaster. Grandmaster Flash invented the if I'm correct, the crossover, the crossfader with the mixer. But Grand Wizard Theodore invented scratching. And I worked with Grand Wizard Theodore.
Okay.
Did a party with him.
Classics, okay.
Yeah.
I interviewed him.
Oh, you did?
I interviewed him when I was doing another show called Follow My Beat. I interviewed him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you know.
Cool. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
What?
Now I'm just going to ask you this. You see house music. You play different styles of music. Play hip hop. You play R&B.
Yes.
You play. You also play. I saw you play in dance hall.
Yes.
So my question to you, and you took on house music once you heard Marshall Jefferson, "Move Your Body."
Yes.
So you really have been in it from the door, and mixed it up. Where do you see this house music part of your sets going? Are you getting more requests for it, or it stays the same, or where do you see it going in terms of your view of it?
I mean, of course, it's here to stay. You see how long it's been around,
Right?
But I always mix it in with my set. you know, I mean, in Jersey, you got to. They ain't letting you leave that party unless you play the house music. You already, I mean, I done tried it before. It's like, nah, you ain't gonna play no house music.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, to me, I mean, house music is a big part of me because that's what I grew up on that too. I grew up on hip hop. I grew up on house music, R&B, and all of that. So I always put it in my set. So, you know, it ain't going nowhere. It's here, just like hip hop. Hip hop movement. House music is you feel it. So
feeling.
It's a feeling. You know, so it's house music is, you know, too. House music is hip hop too, because
right.
I was just playing a set the other day. You got the Jungle Brothers.
Right.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The Jungle Brothers. They got a house. Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of it's all connected.
Yeah. Well, you also too have Missy Elliott.
Yeah, Missy Elliott.
Yeah. Kate Wise from back in the day.
Yup. I just playing him.
How about this one? I don't think quite call it house music, but definitely had that house feel. You remember Wiggle It?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Well, listen, so let me tell you my Wiggle It story. So I was DJing for Eastside High School's prom in Sheraton in Parsippany. This is going back many, many moons. Wiggle It was out. Oops. No, that's my older brother.
He slipped up again, huh?
Yeah, that's my older brother. And we like had this like 3,000 watt. Well, it was a thunderous sound system. Quad 15s, mids, 12-inch mids, and then the hi-hats. We had that going. And it was extremely loud. Extremely loud. And the bass, forget about it. So I remember being in there and I'm playing Wiggle It. And these people come from next door, very upset. I'm like, what are you mad about? He said, do you hear that? We can't hear ourselves. I said, oh, really? So I backed down off the bass a little bit, but that's another reason I'll never forget that song. But anyway, when you brought up the whole hip house thing and stuff like that, you brought that back to me.
Yep. And I think that was, what year did that come out?
Oh, you're talking 80s, definitely 80s. Let's see. I'm telling you in a minute when that came. Okay, yeah. Oh, man. Woo.
Yeah, so
yeah,
that's back, you know, take it back where people think house music came out in the 90s. You know, a lot of people think that because you got a lot of popular songs that's, you know, like the Zans and all of that, that played these songs like, you know, Jefferson and you know, the Colonel Abrams and all that. It was kind of, you know, Colonel Abrams, that's more of like club music. A lot of people get house. I still get it mixed up too, some songs. But like I said, I wasn't identifying from club and house back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I think more people now, they identifying, oh, that's not club. That's house music. Oh, that's house music. That's not club. I just love music. I just grouped it all together. I didn't, you know. So,
hey, let me run something past you just to consider this. All right. So I'm watching these guys today, and you know how you if you're on YouTube, it mindlessly takes you from one video to the next. And I ran across this guy, and I'm friends with him on Facebook. I've met him, and we were in a DJ club together. His name's Nick Spinelli. I don't know if you heard him or not. He's a dope DJ. But he does strictly mashups. That's how he plays. Okay. And he's really good. And he's a wedding DJ. But when he was talking about house, he was talking more on the side of EDM. He was talking more on the side of the style. Let's say, you know how KTU would play one style of dance music versus BLS back in the day?
Yeah.
He would have been more of a KTU. So so my point is that, you know, house, even though, let's say the original sound, you know, most people argue came out of Chicago, which was soulful.
Yeah.
It's got so many descendants. Tech house, techno, EDM, garage, trance. I mean, you can go on and acid, on and on. Now, here's my question to you: do you see, do you see any or get any call for playing house music that is outside of on the more soulful side versus getting some of the stuff that's not necessarily so soulful? You get any call for that?
No, I don't. Like when I do get the calls, weddings, they just you know, I always ask them, because some people, they like get no hip hop or no house music. So I always ask them, you know, what do they prefer? And I had some, they just be like, well, we're club heads, we're house heads. So just have that house. They don't say where to go, but I already know where to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just, you know, I hit them with a little bit of everything. I cover everything. I hit them with the soulful house. You know what I'm saying? I hit them with the classic house. Hit them with a little bit of underground. So I kind of cover all grounds with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't get no calls that say, "Oh, I want all house music. You gotta play underground." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I guess they already know when they get me there, because I play everything. So they know I'm an all around DJ. So you know, they did their research before they even reach out.
All right, got you.
Okay.
Hey, Lorraine, you want to jump in for a minute?
I do. So I'd like to know, where have you played, BOOKEEM? I know that you've played a lot of different places.
Where have I played?
Yes.
Say, hold up. You got time? You got time? I played a lot of places. Like, I just came back from Turks. I played at what is that in Turks where Drake damn, I'm forgetting everything. What is it?
What?
Damn.
What?
Turks Caicos?
Yeah. No, they hold on, let me see.
Okay.
It's the spot in Turks and Caicos where everybody go. It's in the water. Wait, that's a shame that I forgot that damn.
That's okay. So you got so much work, you know, it's hard to keep up, you know?
Noah's Ark.
Okay.
Noah's Ark. You heard of that?
No, I haven't. I have not.
No,
it's like the main attraction of Turks. When you go to Turks, you ever go to Turks and Caicos, you got to go there. It's like a big ass party in the water. In the water with a deck and you have the tables. So yeah, Turks and Caicos. I just came back from there, played there. I played for Dr. CV's son.
Okay.
Where Left Eye was at? What's the?
She was in Honduras.
Honduras.
Okay.
They flew me out to Honduras. I played for Dr. CV's son. I did their wedding.
Okay.
Of course, like DR, Jamaica, Cancun.
Nice.
I mean, as far as internationally, you know, and then all around here, you know, Atlanta, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, the list goes on.
Question: where would you like to play?
What would I like to play? I would like to play in what's that? What's that? The Coachella? What is that?
Oh, Coachella? Yeah.
Yeah. Like the bigger the better. I really don't care where I just like to play in front of very, very, very large crowds.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And I have, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you know, it's just I love playing outside too, on the water, like when I go internationally, like just the ocean, like just dope.
Beautiful. Okay. Sounds nice.
Yeah, you know, I got really a two-part question.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to the United States and playing other countries, what's the same, what's different? And the second part of it, and it could actually be a separate question, but it's going to put them together. It sounds like you do this all the time, and how does one go from, hey, listen, I play in my bedroom, to, hey, I'm playing all over the place and this and that, and then, what's the same or what's different about, say, playing in the U.S. in this area versus other places? So,
now go ahead. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, okay. Far as playing in the bedroom, I still play. Like right now, this is the lab. So I still, it's never enough practicing. So I still rock out. You know what I'm saying, in my bedroom, but I'm just so used to playing out too. It's just like, like it's like when anything you do when you practice at home, when you get out, it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Right. So and just like, if you like, I of course I do radio. So when I first played live on the radio, I was so nervous. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, because you got the whole world listening to you. So if you mess up, you messing up. So I was just scared of that. I was just like, so to ease my mind, I just focused like I was playing at home in the bedroom.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's what made me, you know what I'm saying? I was comfortable. So sometimes when you play at home, that's your comfort zone. There's nobody around, you just rocking out. So when you get out, it's just like, for me, it's like a zone. So I don't think about nothing else. It's just like, even at parties, it's just like, it's like a zone you be in. I can't really explain it. It's just,
But now, how do you get from your bedroom and now you get to play out? How does that bedroom DJ go from playing in the bedroom to starting to get gigs and stuff like that, and then like you have, and then also go international? And what's the same, what's the difference?
Well, to get to that part, it's just like when you go out and you do a gig, it's all from referrals. Referrals and you play at a gig. It's just all about the referrals, and it's like one after another. They say, okay, well, do you travel? I'm like, yes, I travel. Well, my, son got a wedding coming up, and then I go over there and people see me over there, and then somebody else may see me and be like, I didn't know you travel. Okay. I'm like, yeah, I travel. So
But how do you get out the bedroom? That's to get the referral. How do you get out the bedroom?
You just gotta go out, and you gotta you gotta network. Gotcha. It's all about networking, and it's all about being around the people that's on the same thing that you do, like-minded people. You got to be around a good team, good people, and just like I said, it's just all about that networking. Like the other day I went out and I wasn't gonna go out, and I seen somebody, and we exchanged numbers, and they was like, oh, I'm glad I ran into you. I was looking for a DJ, and so sometime when you and they know I DJ, but it's just that I was there in, what I'm saying, in the presence. So sometimes you just gotta be there,
Right. So, And then what's the same, what's different, saying playing locally, nationally, or internationally? What's the same?
Well, it's you'll be surprised, because when you go internationally, you think that, just like when I went to Turks, I'm like, oh man, like I don't know their music,
right?
But it'd be so many people that's from New York and Jersey and all around the world. The Turk people don't even, they like our music, you know what I'm saying? So I just started playing. Like, you can never lose with New York, because they say New York is the birthplace of hip hop. So if I'm gonna go into hip hop, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm going strictly New York flavor. When I say New York, they think, Jersey and New York is all the same to them. So and it's different too, because like in Jersey, it's hard to break new music, and it's hard to, like, if they used to just you playing house music or in the same old songs. Internationally, I can go in a white boy bag. You know what I'm saying? I can play stuff that I can play it here, but they won't get it. Like, I can't go to certain places I could, but I can get into some Bruce Springsteen.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's something for everybody when internationally, because everybody's on vacation. So so that's the difference on that. I can expand my musical library internationally. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. It's interesting because we were kind of talking about that on one of the previous shows, that and right now you see a lot of people putting up messages that, I call them the usual suspects. And I say that with love, because you got to be consistent, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And also, too, the guys that play on a regular basis on these things have been out there for years. They didn't just come out to the scene. So, but what's interesting is that to hear you say that, it's kind of like we have a top 40 of house music in this area. I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. I'm just saying that's what it is. And I find it interesting that you say, well, listen, if you go overseas like that, you can stretch out. You can try different things that maybe you can't get away with here in Jersey. So I thought that's pretty interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely can, and it just feels good, because you ain't gotta just worry about playing the same old routine that you would do here. And it's like when you switch it up. Now, I'm not saying every venue but majority, they want to, they don't want to go out that comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, if that's what they like, I'm gonna play it. But
right,
like I said, when internationally, I can get out that bag. I can go in another direction.
Interesting.
And it's all about reading the crowd. You definitely got to read that crowd.
Right.
So that's the most important part.
Right.
I agree.
Lorena, why don't you jump in? Yeah. Huh?
To ask a question about, how do you feel about mentoring anyone younger than you that's trying to get into the business, or what would advice be to someone who would get in?
I would love to do that. Like during COVID. Yeah, during COVID, I was gonna start up a DJ class.
Really?
We could sit here and talk all night about DJing. You know what I'm saying? And especially like someone that want to learn it. Like I'm all for it. Like I said, I had the whole plan and everything, but it was like I just got so busy that like I DJ like damn near every day that I didn't have time for it.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
But my advice to them is, you gotta want to do it, and you gotta be dedicated to it. You know what I'm saying? Like definitely gotta be dedicated and believe in yourself. That's the most important part.
Yeah. That's so true. Yeah. So true.
In your heart. It has to be in your heart. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Definitely. Like when I first started, I got my equipment. Everybody was like, my uncle, he took me and he was like, "This is what you want to do." And he was like, "Yo, it's
Are you sure?"
Yeah. He like, "Are you sure?" And a lot of people, they doubted me, and like, "Oh, that's just But I knew, when I first said I said, I want to do something. I already had it in me, but I was like, what can I do that I would love to do and make money from it, but don't seem like work? I asked myself that. I'm like, I got to do something. What do I love doing? I can make money for it, but it's not going to be work to me.
Exactly.
Bing.
Okay.
Let's go get that. Let's go get this equipment. I sold my car. I had a car. I sold my car. I sold my car to get this division I had. I sold my car to get my equipment. But I said that I will make the money back from DJing to buy another car. And that's exactly what I did. I bought a brand new car.
Wow.
Hey, you know?
Yeah.
Really, that's,
I have a picture. I still got the picture of the car too.
You should frame.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a very, very high level of dedication. It's like, listen, I'm not playing with y'all.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
I was like, I'll walk, but within, I think I bought the car within the next year and a half. I bought a brand new car.
Wow. Well, what you got a lot going on. Tell us about about some of the stuff you have going on now that you can share, and or what you see on the horizon.
I got well, I'll give you the rundown. Every Tuesdays I'm at Big Shots.
Right.
Woodbridge, New Jersey. I'm at Big Shots for puffing on the patio.
Yeah, not pot shots, big shots. Correct?
Yeah, big shots. Big shots. Me, DJ Love is Love, Dre 2 times. Shout out to TL and Dion, the promoters over there. Wednesdays I do Too Much Sauce and Scotch Plains. Every Wednesday I'm there. It's Too Much Sauce. They sell, chicken, fish. Their sauce is their specialty thing. That's why it's called Too Much Sauce. So I'm there every Wednesday. Thursdays I'm just chilling because I need that break.
Right.
Fridays I'm at Skylark, the diner. Every Friday I'm there.
Okay.
Saturdays is my open day for gigs like weddings and private gigs and stuff like that. Sundays I do brunch back at the Skylark. I do brunch over there 12 noon to 4 p.m. And yep. And then I got a bunch of stuff coming up for this weekend. I don't know if this is gonna be aired by then, but Sunday I'm on the radio 94.7 The Block, 3 p.m. That Sunday this Sunday coming up. June 1st, I'm at Mr. East for the All White Affair brunch. June 7th, if y'all in the area, Cedarbrook Park in Plainfield. You know about that?
Lady?
Okay.
Huh?
Alma. The All White Affair.
Oh, yeah, that's all. Oh, yeah. That June 7th is the All White Affair in Piscataway. But before then, earlier that day, I'm be tired as hell.
What did you do earlier that day?
That's why I'm in a park, Cedarbrook Park in Plainfield. Park in Plainfield. They do a big concert every year. Every year is a big concert in Plainfield. It's fun for the whole family. They be out there like 6, 7 o'clock with the tents. You can bring your tents. You can bring your grill. They got the vendors out there.
This is Plainfield?
Is in Plainfield, Cedarbrook Park. If you Google Rhythm and Blues by the Brook.
Okay.
That's and it's fun for the whole family. I do it every year. They had everybody out there. Sister Sledge. They had Cameo, Parliament. They had Luther. They had Freddie Jackson. It's just that these are all the people that I work with too that I didn't mention earlier. But this year,
mention them.
Yeah. And this year, Ruben Studdard is the headliner.
Yes, I did see the flyer.
You saw it.
I saw the flyer. I know you're talking about now.
Okay, all right. We got Ruben Studdard, Black Sheep, and some other. They got a band and the stylist, the new style. Forgot his name, and the new stylistic. So
okay, Russell Thompson.
Yes. Yeah. So That's going
Mm-hmm.
the research. Yeah. So yeah, that's going down June 7th during the day. And then that later that night, that's when me and Piscataway with Lady Emma with DJ Ice and Love is Love on the set too.
Okay.
Oh, the classic king. I said, okay, the classic king.
Okay.
Sounds really good.
Now I have another question. Now do you produce, or is that on your radar?
No, I was getting into the producing. I bought a whole beat machine and everything, but once again, I didn't have it's time. I had to learn it, and I sat there, and it was like I just didn't have the time, so I wound up selling it, and I was like, I just revisit it back because I was just DJing every day. I didn't have time for it.
Oh, I get it.
You get what I'm saying? I'm like,
sure I do.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Just along those lines, if you're DJ, like, put it this way, anything you commit to at that level, it's all in. And if you're working at the level you are working, it's extremely tough. And I tell you what, and I've said this before, I'm saying it publicly because at some point I'm going to commit and get it done. But I have on the software side, I have Logic, I have Ableton, I have Native Instruments. Of course, GarageBand came with and to this day, I've had the full version for over 10 years. And to this day, I've never put together a song. Can you believe it?
Yeah, you got all of that?
Yeah, I never put together a song. It's on my laptop right now.
Yep, Native Instruments. I had the machine. It's called the machine.
Yeah, the machine. I got the machine.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I got that too.
Well, I should have got with you. You just teach me how to do it.
But listen, that's what I'm trying to tell you. The problem is I never did learn. And and I play with Tractor. So I Serato, virtual DJ and all, but I don't know. I just gravitated to Tractor.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, and like I say, But again, let's talk about time and what you have to do and what you want to get done. It's very hard. Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard, and like I was more into DJing than producing, so I wanted to learn it, but DJing I was just highly focused on that. So producing would have been secondary to me. So
one day. That's on the one day list.
Yeah.
Forward to.
Yeah, it's on the one day.
Yeah.
List. Someday Isle,
Exactly.
You're at the island, right? Someday Isle? Anyway.
Island.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so Lorena, you got any more questions?
I'd like to know what's in store for you for the future. What you see in the future for you.
For the future with me, I would just like to travel. I mean, I do that now, but more traveling. More traveling, and just open up some spaces, whether it's storefronts, lounges. It's a lot to go along with that, but because and also radio, because
what about
it's like lounges now, like the spots now is like you go there, but any day they could tell you to kick rocks.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? So open up like a nice lounge, something that I could call my own, even an own radio station.
Sure.
So it's just properties all over.
Gotcha.
I like the sound of that. Your future sounds really good.
Yeah. I want to, make it work for me. I want to make money, and when I ain't even I can wake up and the money is there. You know what I'm saying?
Wake up money. I got
the wake up money. You know, so, but music is always going to be what I do. You know how some people, they be like, oh, if I get rich, you know, I'm always in the music, you know, so sometimes it's not, I don't put a dollar sign on music. You know, of course, you know, I'm gonna get paid for it because I put the work in, but if I'm rich, I'm just gonna still DJ.
Right.
I'm gonna still be outside.
Right.
Because that's what I love doing. You get what I'm saying? I love doing. I love making people dance. So
that's love, yes. That's your first love.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Definitely.
I can relate. Okay. Now, okay. Here's an equipment question. All right, this popped up in my head.
Okay.
CDJs, turntables, or control.
You ain't even got to go no further with that. The middle one, use turntables all day.
I see them right there.
Yeah, turntables all day. But I got the CDJs. I got a mini control. I got it all. So, but not turntables all day.
Okay.
Guys, excuse me, guys. What is it we're talking about?
Yeah.
You
lost.
But yeah, what to play on?
Yeah,
play on turntable.
The CDJs lost.
Okay, yeah. CDJs. Okay, put it this way: CDJs are the decks. Okay, the decks are. If you ever see them play at the festivals, or they have the round things that look sort of like. And they put the flash drives in.
This is a controller.
That's a controller.
This is a controller.
All right, now. Thank you, BOOKEEM. Thank you.
Yes. Now, I will tell you, and BOOKEEM, you can jump in on this one. There's a lot of hate around what you play on. And what I mean by that, and I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to say a 4-letter word, and forgive me for this. It starts with S. It starts with S. And if you say this word,
Chip?
No, sync.
Listen.
Okay. Will you break it down?
The sync is a button. They call it cheating. You know, like it's not. Back in the day, you didn't have no like. There's a controller got a sync on it, like the technology now, and it kind of matches. It matches up the next song with the beat per minute. Back in the day, you had to kind of ear it and match it up yourself. So
right.
So now, when people DJs they say, "Oh, you using the sync button," like I don't give a damn what it is. I mean, I know how to mix. But sometimes I use a sync button. It's there. You know what I'm saying? Like they made it. Why not use it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, and then like these are DJs, they get into it like, oh, you listen, party goers, they don't give a damn what you play.
They don't. They
do not care. They do not care. That's a DJ thing.
Right.
So, long as you playing the right music, you could be back there spinning on whatever. They do not care. They got you ain't got the latest controller. It all sounds the same. You could do it sync button. I use it. I use a sync button. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Right.
So if you really want to say you're cheating, then you're cheating because you didn't stay with records. Then stay with vinyl because this is not vinyl.
Right.
The computer is not vinyl.
Right.
It's all a shortcut. So that's basically what it is.
Right.
It's a shortcut. So this is a shortcut. The computers is a shortcut. They make everything easier now. So why not?
You know, I just want to just piggyback on something you just said. All right. And I've said this before. So Lorena did not know when we were talking about CDJs, this and that. No clue. But she knows that she hears the music she wants to hear. She knows what to hear. And, mixing and cutting and scratches is all perfectly fine. But even and you got to get that part. But even at a higher level, it's playing the right music. You know,
the right music.
yeah, because say Billy Bob is not necessarily the best mixer, and you can argue that bad or what, but you know what? He plays the right music, so we're on it. Well, I have a friend, and I will not mention his name, but he's been DJing for 40 plus years, and I think in 40 plus years he hasn't hit a mix yet. But he works all the time. So. What? Yeah, I don't think he hit it. I don't know, because me and another buddy laugh about it. He said, I don't think he's hit a mix yet in 40 plus years. Wow. At the same time. So, but anyway, so I just want to get your sense of that. Yeah, I mean, I started out obviously with turntables. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep slipping.
We already know that by now.
Already know Dan. Dan, turntable man.
Jackson, I started, I still got my 1200s. I remember one time I had them in storage for years. And back in the day, I just played, you had 1200s, had them in the coffin. And you just, boom, boom, boom. Let me tell you something. I pull those things out of storage, and I got to tell you, those things almost knocked me down. I was so, so heavy, out of touch with them. So anyway.
Yeah.
But so I mean, any final thoughts before we start to come in for a soft landing?
Now we're coming in hard.
Yeah. So, BOOKEEM, you got any final thoughts before? Yeah. I mean.
No. I mean, just just music is the way. Music is the key for me. Mm-hmm. If I'm going through something, like it just makes everything better. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like music is the answer for me. Okay. And I'm gonna keep rock. Exactly. I'm gonna keep rocking. Like some DJs say, "Oh, I'm hanging it up in 2 years." Like, nah, not me. We gonna keep rocking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Especially since now I don't have to carry those crates.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ain't no more crates.
That's right. That's done. Yeah.
That's the original way to get your guns up, lifting crates. No, just those crates, guns.
Yeah. I had my share of those.
Oh yeah, please.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But I mean, that's it basically.
All right. If people want to support you, keep up with you, follow you, how do they do it?
At DJ BOOKEEM on all social media. And my website, djbookeem.com.
Okay.
So best way, I post everything on social media. So at DJ BOOKEEM, and that's it right there. You see everywhere I'm at.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to friend you, DJ BOOKEEM, okay? I'm going to friend you. Make sure you accept the request.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, same here. And, anything you want to share, hit me up, tag me, whatever it is. I don't know what's down there. But, look for, it'll come under Dan Shiver. So you'll
okay.
Yeah.
And that, what yours going to be under?
Annette Satterwhite Cruz.
Okay, all right. Because I know some people be changing their names. You'd be like... Dimples. You're like, who that?
Yeah, that's all right.
It's a cartoon, but you can see it's me.
Okay. All right, cool.
Hey,
BOOKEEM, it's been a pleasure. I had a really good time doing this interview with you. Thank you.
Yes, no, I appreciate y'all. And I don't do interviews. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But something, it was like I like this. I had a good time chopping it up. Like you said, like I said, when you start talking about music and we could be here all night. You know what I'm saying? So
well,
that you sent me, I just looked over it real quick. But I like far as the questions and all that. I don't know if I'd be saying that, but I mean, it's natural, like, because this is me. This is how I got started and what I'm into and all of that. So I ain't gotta look at no script.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna answer this way. It's all coming from within. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Well, listen. Hey, again, once again, I want to thank you. We're going to close it out. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm DJ Dan, Soulful House Nation. I'm coming to you live from the 8th floor. I am the unusual suspect. This is Soulful House Nation. Lorena, say good night.
Good night.
All right. Thanks again. God bless.
All right. Peace out. Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.
All right. Peace.